Good evening, Team Expansion Worldwide. Thank you for jumping on the call. If you can please put on your WhatsApp groups, your team groups, that you are on the call OTC, and please can you just push out the code 598-232-279. We are going to have quadruple IMD Suresh Govender, the millionaire student. He is logging on live from Amsterdam. We're just waiting for everybody to jump on the call, and we are going to be starting this call in exactly 7 minutes. Good evening, Team Expansion Worldwide. We're about to hit the 300 mark. We want to max this call out. We have the millionaire student, Suresh Govender, quadruple international marketing director, jumping on this call with top executives from World Ventures USA. We're going to be starting this call exactly in 2 minutes. Push it out on the groups. Get your team on the call. They do not want to miss this call. Team Expansion Worldwide, good evening. It is a Friday night gold rush team call. We have International Marketing Director, the millionaire student, Sir Sashin Governor, has just landed in Amsterdam. He's going to be jumping on the call with Mr. Eddie Head and some of the other top executives from World Ventures USA. We have a massive call this evening. Get everybody on this call. We're going to be starting in 2 minutes. Good evening, Team Expansion Worldwide. Thank you for jumping on to our Friday night team call. This is going to be a massive call this evening. We have the most amazing guest speakers on this call tonight. It has been put together by the quadruple International Marketing Director, Sashin Govender. He is logging onto this call from Amsterdam. We have got USA on this call, and we have the guest speakers from World Ventures in the house, Team Expansion Worldwide. Let's get the entire team onto this call. This call is going to be massive. Good evening, Team Expansion Worldwide. This is Sally coming to you from Durban, South Africa. We have got people jumping onto this call from all over the world, part of the worldwide movement. World Ventures USA is going to be on this call. We have International Marketing Director times 4, Sashin Govender, logging on in a few minutes from Amsterdam. He's going to be opening up the call. Make sure you get your entire team logged onto this call wherever they are in the world. They do not want to miss this call. We are definitely going to be maxing out this call with huge announcements this evening. And it's been the first time ever that we've had everybody on one call for such a big announcement for Africa. Good evening, Team Expansion Worldwide. This is a Friday night massive announcement call. We are just waiting for one more guest speaker to jump on the call. Quadruple IMD, the millionaire student, recently mounted Sir Sashin Govender is going to be jumping on the call from Amsterdam. And we have got all of you on this call jumping on from all over the world. Make sure that you get your entire team logged onto this special announcement Friday night Africa team call. Good evening, Team Expansion. I had the privilege of introducing our first guest speaker this evening. Nobody is going to miss this call. Everybody is jumping on. Quadruple International Marketing Director, Sir Sashin Govender, the millionaire student, youngest in the world to lead from the front for World Ventures and Team Expansion Worldwide. Sashin, can you hear me?
Hey, Sal, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, Sash. We've got almost 600 people on the call. Over to you. Thank you for hosting and thank you for arranging this call this evening.
Thank you so much for you guys jumping on. I know it's very late in South Africa. It's almost, well, 10:30 p.m. right now. And I just want to be able to say I appreciate your time. I never take it for granted. And it's a very special moment right now for the entire continent because you've experienced it. You've seen it for the past few hours. But we're going to roll it out. And I want you to understand what just took place right now because to certain people who didn't get it, it just flew right past them. Guys, I want to take you back 8 years ago when I first got involved in World Ventures, and I had absolutely no clue on how to build this. I had no expertise in this field, and I know a lot of you when you join, you let's just say there's so much of information that goes by that you really don't know what your next move is. And for me, I knew nothing. That's why I did everything. And when I started to learn a lot, I started to think twice. And when you think long, you definitely think wrong. So as time started to progress, I mean, for my very first presentation that I ever did, I recall it was under 5 minutes because I wanted to get it over and done with. And the more I knew, the longer the presentation started to get. And we've been through incredible times with World Ventures for the past 8 years. We've had more moments of prosperity and more moments of, the peaks and the pinnacles compared to a few testing times. And, the majority of the times were external problems such as, the currency starting to fluctuate and, other stuff that took place that we needed to adapt to. I'm going to walk you through a few moments that we basically went through. We fought it. We came above and we started to conquer it. I recall, I'm talking about my very first year of being a part of this company when South Africa had a postal strike and we couldn't get prepaid MasterCards into the country for over 6 months. And there was people who had commissions, they had the income, but it was sitting in the post office and they didn't have access to it because they didn't have access to a card. And we got through that. In fact, when we got through that, we had our highest point of success in this entire company in Africa. And then moments later, we went through adversity where for the very first time, we learned how the rand dollar could fluctuate from 8 to 1 to hitting 10 and 12 and then 13 and currently almost 15 plus right now. And guess what? We had no control over it. But it always starts to come through at times where it's a challenging moment to see if we're going to go beyond where we initially were. And then went through, another bit of adversity where we had some external attacks from a point of the media. And we were at our pinnacle. I recall very clearly, we had 5,000 people join in under 90 days. Business was going to levels that we've never ever seen before. We had people at least 15 people popping out direct and under 90 days. It was just record breaking. We went through a bit of a media attack for about 6 months, and guess what? We got through that as well. And when we came out of it, was bigger. We had more success than ever before, and we had an explosion of growth. And a few months later, we had another testing point from the company's point where we had no control over it. And it took some time, but we got through that as well. And in between that, we were playing a game of trial and error and beta testing. We're bouncing around trying to find the perfect price, but not just find the perfect price, picking up momentum at the exact same time. And we thrived. We absolutely thrived on the very first time we launched a promotion with the 149.99. We thrived. We took it to a whole different level. I'm talking about at least 40,000 people joined in a very short period of time of under 6 months. It was ridiculous. We had record-breaking growth with 8 IMDs pop, cycles. I had people in my organization hitting 50, 100 cycles a week, and it was just something that we never had the taste of before. And then we exploded by dropping the price to $99, and guess what? Was more of an explosion. But what we didn't really understand was, because everything is trial and error until it's perfected. And we didn't understand a few things. We didn't understand when people partner up with us at $149.99 and then you drop the price to $99.99, it's very difficult for that person's psychological state and to replace their subconscious mind, dropping them and making them understand that, hey, hold on, you've now got to sell something lower. But when we dropped it to $99 and increased it back to $149, was more of a mental shift. Was a mental shift because the majority of my core leaders right now, you've sold platinum at $599. You've sold gold at $250 or $360. You've sold a $149. You've sold a $99. You've sold all those different price points, but it was a mental shift. And we finally came back to a price point recently that was $249 for the gold membership and $399 for platinum and $999 for titanium. And as that started to happen, well, guess what? We got tested with some currency exchanges. And on top of that, it was very difficult to adapt overnight. I knew it was going to take 3 months, if not max 4 months, to adapt to the new price point. But I also knew we had to do a lot of things like launch new tours and get ready for post-launch rather than just announcing it. So I had multiple calls with the executives, especially Eddie Head, back and forth, bouncing back and forth, negotiating, trying to find a perfect price point. And eventually, he went back to the boardroom with the rest of the corporate staff, and we created a price point that has never, ever been done for anyone around the world except for Africa, whilst the world is experiencing something. Just give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I just had room service, jumped off a 19-hour travel period, and so yeah, I just wanted to share with you. So we went through that point, and at the same time that we went through that point, you know, it was pretty difficult to understand where we were going. It was difficult to understand that at the end of the day, that right now as we speak, we needed to adapt, we needed to innovate, and we needed to adjust. And mentally, it was more of a mental shift. So got on a call with Eddie, he got on the call with the corporate staff, and we finally found something. And I know it was launched a few hours ago publicly, but I want to make you understand what you have access to. Because a few days before we launched it, I sat down with every one of my RMDs and I said, hey, your income's going to increase by 100% because I know what you were cycling when it was 149.99. Your residuals are about to elevate to levels you've never experienced before. But you got to promise me one thing. You've got to go back to the drawing board. You have to go back to survival phase. You have to go back to building as if this is your baby, your company. You've got to go back into launching tours. And you got to go back into how it was when you first got started off and you built this under survival rather than freedom and rather than shifting to purpose and status. So we finally launched it. And this is how it goes. You still get a direct commission. The only difference is instead of getting $20 direct commission, you're now getting $15 direct commission. You're still getting a cycle. 3 left and 3 right gold members will still pay you out $50, exactly how the world gets it. You still get the same amount of volume of what you paid. So when someone paid $150, you get $150 towards your lifestyle bonus, your wings and wheels bonus. You still get a referral bonus, except it's not 100 anymore, it's 50. You still get dream trips points. When someone joins, they get 150 points. Nothing changes. Matching bonus is still there. Residual is still calculated, as normal. Nothing changes. The only difference is we have dropped it from 249 to 149, which is absurd. I really don't even understand if you know what just got launched right now. Everyone gets the opportunity to pay $100 less. The only difference is we're taking $5 away from you in direct commission. It's game over. It's absolutely game over. Through every tough period that the company, the economy, our business, our team have gone through, this is the exact same leadership that has closed the gap and taken the company to levels and heights that it's never been to. And I guarantee you right now, this is where new leaders will rise and the old ones will sit down. Old ones meaning the ones who are complacent, the ones who are feeling like they've cycled and they've hit the pinnacle in their career. That's great. I'm looking for brand new people to rise. When I get back home on Monday, I'm launching a brand new tour for 30 days to 22 new cities, and I'm grinding like you can't believe it. Nothing changes except $5 in direct commission less and $100 in a membership less, $100 less. Nothing else changes. The game has officially changed, and it started off already, and it ends on the 31st of December, 2019. I got a few people that's going to jump on. Do me a favor. Please don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly that you have access to, for the very first time on a Team Expansion Worldwide call, you have access to, 3 individuals who sit on the board of this company. And not just 3 individuals, 3 of the individuals who make the choices and decisions for this company. Very first person is the president of World Ventures, the man, the myth, the legend, Eddie Head. Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you, Sachin. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you clearly.
Excellent. I have a very poor connection, so please just alert me if I cut out. You're absolutely right, man. And I want to be sure that I can answer any questions that you have for me, but I do want to just kind of dovetail from what you said, stating that Sachin worked tirelessly on behalf of the entire continent without any regard for team allegiance, just on behalf of the business and this region of the world for its success. Africa has been at times over the past year the fastest growth region of the planet. For the entire company, in fact, it has broken record after record after record. And going into this new resetting of pricing and the introduction of new product, we're very excited because it means more earning capability for everybody globally. It happened that that it coincides with more pressure, downward pressure on the currency in that region of the world as well. And just being mindful of that and protective of your interest in the business, we work together. And he's right. We worked through many different versions of what we presented to get to the sweet spot. And we believe that it's going to be for you guys rocket fuel, because we're basically putting a price for the product and a compensation plan for this product that hasn't been delivered before. With everything he just outlined for you, you have the opportunity to sell at a price that was in the PYP era, one that was quickly adopted by prospects, an easy yes for people to choose, but more ability to earn than in any prior period relative to this price. So yeah, it's rocket fuel potential for you guys, Sasha, and we're pretty excited about it.
Love it, Eddie. One question. Is this sustainable?
Yes, it is. In fact, we did the reasons that we went through the model the way that we did was to make sure that financially it was sustainable for the country, for the company rather, and that it was viable for the countries of Africa as well, that it made sense for you guys, that the earning potential was there, that we didn't tax it too much by making the adjustment to price. And we made a couple of small adjustments that impacted the way people earn at the beginning, but maintained the vast majority of the mechanisms so that you guys could still build a meaningful income on this product, but for significantly less money.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Eddie. I appreciate it. Thank you for making the decision
Of course.
on behalf of the continent. The next person I'm going to introduce to you is the CEO of the company, the guy that makes the most financial decisions. He is calling in right now from Dallas, Texas. Josh Payne, can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. I'll try to start my video here, but I think it's a blessing that it doesn't work because you don't want to see me today. I'm honored to be on your call. Thank you, Sasha. Just on behalf of everyone here, I want to express my gratitude to you. I heard a great definition a couple weeks ago on perseverance, and that's the internal drive that needs no external motivation. So that internal drive, that thing that creates change, even if there's no external motivation. And Sasha, when I think of that word perseverance, I think of you as you've championed so much for your country. You're a selfless leader, and I'm just grateful for you. I hope that everyone's experiencing the fact that we are not a perfect company. We will never be a perfect company. But if you want to be a perfect company, then you'll never make anything meaningful happen. You'll never create impact in this world. There is simply no way, because if you really want to be successful, you have to engage in the cycle of success. You have to try, fail, learn, improve, and then re-enter. All right, we talked about that before, but it's something that we all have to engage in. And so I hope what you guys are seeing is we're responsive. We want to be extremely responsive because we are committed to Africa. Africa has been there for us. We are there for you. And if there's currency pressures, we're going to be responsive. We'll do whatever it takes. But our commitment to you is we'll do whatever it takes, but in a sustainable way. I love that you asked that question, Sasha, because another great thing about you and your leadership team is that you care about this company and the overall good. And the truth is, yes, this is sustainable and it's scalable for us. We understand this currency pressure, and we are going to respond in kind, because that's what we do. Now is really a time for us all to go back to the basics. And I think that's a really, really important thing for us to call to right now, is that, there's a lot of different ways to do business, but the basics are what allow us to advance and move forward. So going back, doing your travel parties, doing your tour, that what you've already signed up for, Sasha, and thank you for leading the way. Because leadership is about showing people the way, not telling people the way, showing the way. And you guys are showing the way. Africa was and frequently is the number 2 or 3 global producer. And we think that this will be an unlocking move for all of us. And we have a lot, and we're not done, by the way. In the next few weeks, you're going to hear some other exciting announcements that I think are going to continue to add fuel to the fire. But this is the first step as we properly price the product for the region of Africa. And we're happy to do it. We're committed to doing it, and we're here to serve. So thank you.
Josh, thank you so much for that. One more individual before we wrap it up. I kept the CVO, Chief Visionary Officer, the founder, the creator of this company, of this baby. He gave birth to the company 14 years ago. Wayne Nugent, can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely, Sasha. Oh, Sir Sasha Governor. Man, I love hearing that. I love saying that. and you deserve it. No doubt you're a global leader. And, you know, I've always supported Sasha in building his own, you know, brand. He does it because he does the best job of building his own personal brand and online persona, and then being an online influencer outside of World Ventures, but then always, you know, loving on World Ventures and loving on his team, you know, knowing, you know, what got him, you know, jump started in success. And so World Ventures has been cornerstone, you know, for him. And, you know, he's enjoyed, you know, creating the leadership that he has, and he loves you all. And, you know, so we love Sasha, and we love you all too. And that's what matters. I mean, not only that we love you, but that, you know, we're capable, that we're doing this together. We understand the good times, the celebrations that we do together, but we also understand, you know, the tough times. But we respect your family name, you know, your reputation, your belief. You know, you'll only perform to the level of your belief. And when your belief takes a hit, you know, that's not good for anybody. It's not good for you. It's not good for us. And so sometimes we as a company are going to let you down and break trust, which is a terrible thing to do. We all pay a price for that. And that's never our intention. Sometimes it's things with us, the company, where we make a mistake or something. Sometimes and oftentimes it's the macroeconomics. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. You know, my background was gold, and when you understand the gold business, you got to understand, you know, stocks and bonds and mutual, you know, real estate and oil and everything, currencies. So there's a lot going on around the world, and you know, the whole of Africa is you know, feels that, you know, just like you know, even other countries, you know, that we're entering, you know, Jamaica. So, you know, World Ventures, you know, we were a U.S. company at one time during 07, 08, 09 crash. You know, then we went to Europe, and from Europe that led us to Singapore, from Singapore to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong into China, you know, throughout Asia and South Pacific. So we've expanded around the world. We got overly weighted in one region, and then but we've continued to grow and invest and diversify, you know, World Ventures, opening up Mexico, Colombia, you know, now Brazil. So we've got a bigger global footprint, you know, and that makes us bigger. Now it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money to be able to build you that kind of global opportunity. And when you're first starting out from South Africa, that might not mean a lot to you, but eventually when your group grows, you know, beyond, then it does. But we got leadership that took us to all these places, and honestly, us as a company, we had to play catch up with the reps. The reps were going faster than we were. So, you know, Josh and Eddie, the team, we come together and we say, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to invest in. Here's our game plan. And then often we would get pulled off of that game plan, and we'd have to now shift our resources or spread our resources thin, you know, in a lot of different areas that we hadn't initially, you know, allocated or budgeted for. So, you know, it's tough, but when you go through this pain together, what you wind up with at the end is something, you know, unique and special, you know, that you own, that's built for the future. So right now, World Ventures is positioned, you know, better than ever, really, and really better than any other company to capitalize on the future. So we're not, you know, we're going on 14 years and 4 billion in revenue, and in over 40 countries. You know, we're not some startup. Most startups fail within 4 years. And so, you know, would you want to invest in a stock that 98% of the time is going to fail? You know, of course not. That's a terrible bet. You know, so, you know, you have leadership that cares, and you have leadership you can trust, even though from time to time we might break trust. and we ask for forgiveness, we ask for grace, we ask for your help and your partnership. And this is our company and it's our problem. And how are we going to come together and, you know, get creative and fix our problems? And that's what goes on behind the scenes, you know, with us corporately, but then, you know, Sasha always, you know, being a good representative for you all and other leaders, you know, where we come together and, you know, we're talking behind the scenes on, okay, you know, how can we fix this together and all that. So, you know, what we got coming out for South Africa right now is really good. You know, we have price points that worked for America for a long time. And then those same price points for our product went over to Europe and then over to Asia where, you know, that they were running hot and they could afford even more. But then, you know, the economy and the currency, you know, in South Africa is just different, you know, than it was in America and Europe and Asia. And so, but you all were great as far as catching the vision of the company and the product, and you went to work and y'all made it happen. And then you had to rebuild at times. Well, now we're coming up with the right product mix and the right price points and all the right marketing tools and marketing campaigns where y'all are gonna have everything you need to, you know, do better than ever. Okay. Because of the adjustments. And but we also needed price points that work for other parts of the world. So you heard a lot about titanium, and that works for, you know, America, and it works for Asia and other things. I don't. It might not work as well out there, but we wanted multiple price points and you know, a broader product mix, multiple price points, and that makes us more, you know, well-rounded for the world because. You know, the same price points don't work for America as for South Africa, and the price points that work for America aren't always good for South Africa. They're just different, and we have to, you know, invest the time and invest the money to do what works best for Africa, and at the same time invest the time and invest money to do what fits for America and Asia and Europe and now Central and South America. So right now it's taken us a lot of time, it's taken us a lot of money, a lot of work, everything to get things to where they are right now, where we have the best solution for all these countries around the world that we're in. And now what we're doing is coming up with the right marketing tool, you know, that we're going to be announcing is going to be awesome, and putting that into the right marketing system where it's automated. We're going to blow everything away. Like I said, there's no other company that is set up, that's positioned to go 2 to 3 billion in 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 billion in 2 to 3 years. I know it doesn't look that way to a lot of people right now. It doesn't feel that way to a lot of people right now, but that's because it's happening behind the scenes. And as it gets rolled out, then it starts to happen. And Sasha's right. The biggest checks, the biggest leaders have not been created in world ventures. And that's what's about to happen because of all the time and all the money and everything that we've invested in. And it's not just us and our time and our money. It's you all. You know, it's your leadership, it's your continued trust, your belief. That's allowed us to make all these, to have the time and resources to make all these adjustments. And right now is the time where you can learn it and learn how you're going to present it in your market and get the traction that you want and need and the duplication you want and need. And all of a sudden it's all going to come together, and it's going to expand beyond your market. Whatever city you're in, whatever country you're in, it's going to expand. And when it does expand, when your downline expands past your market, we're set up the right way in every country, the right product, the right price point, the right comp plan, and legally, by the way. And you can't imagine, you can't believe the amount of legal documents that I have to sign around the world, and banking documents and everything. It's crazy. And there's no fast track. I don't care how good of a network marketer you are. I don't care how much money you have. There's no way to speed that up. We don't go at the speed of thought. We don't go at the speed of network marketers. We go at the speed of bankers and government agencies and regulators and lawyers. And that's the truth. And so that's why things feel like they take forever. But when you finally get it done, and when you've invested the money, you've invested the time, you got it done the right way, well, now you're a solid one-of-a-kind company, no competition. That's who we are. That's the truth of who we are. So that's the company you're in. And there just isn't a better time. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been working on this for over 20 years. I've been working on this for over 20 years. And I'm telling you, it hasn't been a perfectly smooth, straight up line, upward trajectory. It doesn't work that way. You grow, you pull back and retool, you grow again, you pull back and retool, you grow again, and so right now, like I said, we've grown where, we are the only travel company that's like the Mary Kay of travel. And anybody else that has come along has tried to just copy us and then don't make it very long. And that's very high risk. But our company has really, proven ourselves over and over and over again through all kinds of, really macroeconomic things, global things. So right now is the time to capitalize the most on that. That's what happens. That's how the legacy companies become legacy companies. You don't just leapfrog there. But after 14 years and what we've got in place, that's the cusp that we're on. And there's some leaders that'll wind up telling you soon, like just the kind of meetings that I'm in from major big companies that just see what we've created and their opinion matters. And they look at us and go, wow, how have I not heard of y'all? Y'all have one heck of a niche, and so they're all wanting, to do business with us, and which is really good for you all. So this, it's only because we've proven ourselves for 14 years, and it's only because we already are so big and doing so much in revenue and have so many people around the world and our event system that's already active all over the world. There's so many things that they look at and go, oh my gosh, now there's some really big things we can do with y'all. So, I want y'all to really, really be able to maximize that, capitalize on that. So Sasha, thanks for giving me so much time, but, I appreciate you always, being so business minded and wise, because, Sasha, you've been through so many ups and downs. You've always kept the faith and stayed the course and been a voice of sobriety, not only for your team, but I think for a lot of other teams around the world. So I salute you, brother, Sir Sasha Govender.
Thank you so much, Wayne. I appreciate that. Guys, before I bring up each and every IMD to speak for like 5 to 10 seconds, Marcus Seta has made a short video, and it's 5 a.m. right now in Macau. So he actually wanted to send his love. 1 second.
Hey guys, real quick, Marcus Seta here. It's about, when you're doing this call, it's about 5 in the morning my time, and I'm in the middle of doing the first view of the year, so I had to do a video. I wanted to be live, but I think you guys can understand why I had to do a video. Anyway, I'm very excited. Sasha let me know what was going on as far as the price point adjustments go. So now, guys, it really is time for Africa. It's time for you guys to go back on a roll. You've done such a great job in the last 2 years about being one of the true leading forces in all of World Ventures. It's time to claim that title back. It's time for you guys to be the biggest growth in the company. You got the price point you need, and you've also got the view coming up. Guys, I'm telling you, it's the best one we've ever done. I say that with no BS. You get your people to this. I will put them in the exact right frame of mind they need to be, along with these new price points. And let's take Africa to heights that you guys have never even dreamed of before. The timing is perfect. Everything is laid out for you. Thanks to Josh and the home office guys for doing what they need to do. I'll do what I need to do. Now it's time for you guys to do what you need to do. Work like there's no tomorrow. Get up to doing 3 presentations a day, and let all your people know how important this pricing adjustment is, because they won't know the difference. You need to show your enthusiasm, and then they will get excited. And I'm telling you, anyone you get to the view is going to be hyper excited. So have a great day. I'm going to keep sleeping. You guys keep finishing the call, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks in Africa.
Guys, before we get the IMDs talk for about 5 to 10 seconds each. When I look at every single one of these guys, I look at two things. Number one, I look at the word grit, courage, strength, character. Grit meaning these guys have what it takes to lead the 875 people on this call right now and the tens of thousands of people that ever joined our team. Over and above that, work like you broke for the next 30 days to set the foundation for the next 4 months to close out 2019 so we begin the exact same way we finished. So we're going to start off with Chris. Chris, are you there? Can you please unmute yourself, brother, in 10 seconds? We can hear you, Chris. Okay, so we got Chris. If Chris can't hear us, we got Anand. Can you hear us?
Yep, loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Go for it, bro.
Awesome, guys. First of all, Sachin, thank you for the call, and thanks for the corporate executives on the call as well. It's just been such a privilege. It's God's timing and World Ventures timing at the same time. And I say that from our perspective in Zimbabwe. In the past 14 days, our exchange rate has gone like about 120% hyperinflationary as of last night. So the reality is, you know what? You work past your problems, you outwork those problems, and World Ventures has really provided a solution along with Sachin's negotiating and all the good stuff that happened behind the scenes. So this is the chance we have to prove to the world that Africa has exactly what it takes, because it's not about the price point only, it's about our attitude towards this and getting the opportunity in front of everyone. We need to cash in, basically, milk this cow till we can. And thank you so much. Guys, we're going to do what we can in Zimbabwe. I'm in Zambia right now. They're excited right now. We're going to work like we're broke. So guys, join us and let's do this.
Zampi and Shanae, can you hear us?
Loud and clear, brother. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Sachin, for the call and corporate. We appreciate it so much. So from our side, we're super excited. It's a new season, new time to build. And I can already see from our team's perspective how excited they are. And, it's back to basics, back to grinding, back to making sure that this is the time to make things happen like never, ever before. So we're super excited for this.
Just want to say, firstly, guys, thank you so much. This is Zompia. Sachin, bro, thank you so much for your leadership. Corporate, thank you for making this happen. And then you guys on this call, it's time for all-out massive action. Your 2020 just started. Why do I say that? How you end every year is how you start every new year. You just got a head start. Whatever you make of this end facelift leading into the festive season will determine how 2020 will be. God bless and see you at the top.
Thank you, guys. Dinah, can you hear us clearly?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me, Sash?
Yes, I can.
Hi, everybody. Super excited. Thank you so much, Sash. Really appreciate you for the leadership. Thank you so much, corporate. But I know what did it take for you to actually get us to this. Guys. This is the best time ever to grab this opportunity and take this continent to the next level where it belongs. We lead from the front. I promise you, I myself, I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. Everybody in our teams, I'm on a tour. This has just found me on a tour. I'm going all the way out. Take a lead from all the IMDs. Take a lead from Sachin. Let's crash it out. Let's break all the record. Let's take this continent to where it belongs, which is the top. I love you guys. God bless. And I see you guys on stage. Book your tickets for the view today and bring everybody, entire team to the view. I love you, Sash. God bless.
Thank you. Tommy, can you hear us?
Loud and clear, Sachin. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
It's such a privilege, guys, to be on this call with Sachin and the corporate team. Last year, this time, we're exactly where we are right now. And the last 3 months of the year, we kicked this thing to a whole new level. So I have no doubt this is going to be a game changer. The price, the new price is going to make a lot of shift in our business. So I'm so super excited what's about to happen. And I can just say, guys, everyone on this call, just go reset. Let's go all out and take this Africa to the next level. Thank you, guys, and have a beautiful night.
Chris, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. Sir Session Governor, thank you again. Once again, corporate, thank you immensely. It's quite ironic. This morning, I heard a song that I used to enjoy. 2005, Chemical Brothers came out with a song called Galvanize. I looked up the word galvanize. The verb means excite someone into taking action. And the chorus goes, the time has come to, world, the time has come to galvanize. Guys, the time has come to knock this thing out of the park. I remember last year, this time, when we had all the promotions coming, we had absolute record-breaking success and people crossing the stage. Guys, my message to you is come together. Let's galvanize. Let's get it done. God bless. Thank you.
Great. So before I wrap this up, the brand new presentation will go out tonight so you can get it, wake up in the morning. We're only promoting gold and titanium in the presentation. Keep the main one, the $999 prize, as an ace card, as your trump card. Keep titanium in a way where if you know it's a titanium client, you have a titanium presentation specifically for that. If you know someone has the ability to join at $999, you bring it up later on in the presentation. We're pushing gold and platinum, either one. And I will tell you something before I wrap up this entire call. That's one thing. Secondly, it's all in our hands. I got a short 5-second video. This individual, I watched this before. The minute I jumped off the plane today in Amsterdam, this individual's worth $855 million as of today. The video I'm about to play, he was not even worth $100 million. I'm going to play it for you, and I want you to know where we're going. I want you to know the type of energy we're about to bring. And this is how we're going to wrap it up.
You think I could book that for like the weekend of the 14th when the soundtrack comes out? If so, bump somebody. I love you, man. Bye. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes! What's next? What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do it, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't even hear they were swearing in the video. When I was so pumped up when I watched it. I'm telling you right now, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to take everything over. I'm speaking tomorrow at an event with over 5,000 people in Amsterdam. You better know every single one of them is going to be joining our team. Everyone goes in the system. This becomes our biggest week ever. 2020 has already begun. $149.99 till 31st of December 2019. Every day is a promotion. Every day you're telling people it's ending the following day, it's ending the following day, it's ending the following day. And let's go over the finish line and make sure this is your year. Take care. God bless.